upcoming regular season.
We'll also take a peek at what's in store for round 2 of the UAAP Season 85 basketball tournament. And we'll hear some courtside stories from the UE Red Warriors and the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. Each new season of the NBA brings forth title contenders and conference favorites. But there's another category for the squads that could end up surprising in the entire league. Now, joining us tonight to talk about the NBA's dark horse teams to watch out for this season is a guy we all love. Mr. Hot Takes himself. Jello Vito, the only guy who trended on this show because of his hot takes. Ibang klase talaga.
I'm ready for this. First time experiencing Mr. Hot Takes
It's your first
in the studio.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm excited for this.
Ma-high blood ka. Para ma-high blood ka, pare. So, all right, just so we understand what's happening here, Jello, you want to talk about the dark horse. What are your, I guess, ano yung rubrics mo for picking out the dark horse contenders?
You know what? A team that is something na yung parang bitin.
Yeah.
Yun yung pinaka tiningnan ko talaga. So, all of the teams that I chose, yun lang yung biggest na category na tiningnan ko.
Okay, so disclaimer lang I don't know your takes.
Okay.
Dip,
Okay.
sort of know, so
Sort
Dip,
of, okay.
get us going muna.
Okay, unahin natin. What it do, baby? Our
What
first
do?
team on the list, the Los Angeles Clippers.
Really? Okay, so
Okay,
Clippers,
go.
bakit?
So, again, gaya na sabi ko, I felt that bitin yung Clippers last season just because they weren't really healthy. I really wanted to see a team that is composed of Kawhi Leonard, a great scorer, a great defender, Paul George taking over, and most especially yung addition ni John Wall. So that's gonna be, I mean, during the preseason, John Wall started off the bench behind Reggie Jackson. Pero what if nagsabay-sabay silang lahat? That's gonna be interesting this season.
When you talk about dark horses kanina, you mean this is a team that can make the finals, right? So you think that the Clippers, could beat the Warriors?
No, not in the finals. Sabi ko West Finals.
Yes, the West Finals. Beat the West Finals. Okay, sige,
In
sige.
the West Finals.
Woo!
Relax.
Jello. Oh my God. All right.
Nakalusot siya dun, nakalusot siya dun.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Okay, so no injuries, hopefully healthy
Hopefully,
season
Yes,
for
the
the Clippers.
health is a key option.
Okay, next on the list, we have the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay.
And because they have an addition, which you will tell us more about.
Yeah.
Yeah, medyo subpar yung expectation ng for the Atlanta Hawks last season, coming off a great playoffs run.
Yeah.
Tapos then bigla silang bumagsak to the 10th and then nag-play-in sila. Just finished at the 8th, I think. And
Yeah.
again, bitin para kay Trae Young to be there, and a great addition for them is Deontay Murray, can be a secondary scorer for that team na kailangan ni Trae Young ng help. So Deontay will be that guy.
Yeah, 9th in the East actually. So 43 and 39 record. Pero syempre, this is a loaded East. In fact, I would argue probably the stronger conference here. And to say the Atlanta Hawks will make it a bit farther considering yung record nila, you're banking a lot on Deontay Murray. But I want to go to a more common name mentioned, and I think this was our friend Diego named them a title contender. Pero para sa'yo, dark horse lang. Ano ba yan? Brooklyn Nets!
Brooklyn Nets, alright. So talking about the Brooklyn Nets, this will be their revenge tour. Kasi again, hindi nga sila nakumpleto last season.
Yeah.
Because of the Kyrie not playing, because of the COVID restrictions, James Harden with injury, Kevin Durant's issues with the team, internal reasons, and obviously the Ben Simmons coming in. So I really think na once they get in together, it's gonna be a scary moment for the East this season.
I'll have to agree because Ben Simmons was my guy in fantasy last year. Even though he didn't suit up a single game, I trust in the process ng Brooklyn Nets.
I don't trust your draft picks.
Kaya hindi na akong fantasy this season.
Okay, good.
Okay, next on the list, we have the New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah, this is, I wanted to fight you on this. All right, let's go. Why New Orleans?
No, number one, they have Zion back without any restrictions. So, and you've seen him the preseason. He's healthy. He looks good. And for me, nakikita ko na they already have experience coming off that playoff run from the last season together with sila McCollum, BI, and all those guys. And I really think na dahil bata sila and they really want to work together, at nakikita ko sila na isang cohesive unit leading to the playoffs. Siguro, sana.
So those were the two teams from the West, Los Angeles Clippers and the New Orleans Pelicans on your list. And so because we're talking about dark horses. Are we assuming that you're higher on the chances of Dallas, Suns, and Memphis over these two teams in particular?
Yeah,
Or-
pwede naman. Pwede naman.
Okay, alright. Okay, sige. Okay. Alright, so the last team on your list. Ito, napaaway ko dito kay Diego because Diego said that the Cleveland Cavaliers are a title contender. Oo, pero para sa'yo, dark horse lang.
Dark horse lang sila.
I'm more on your side here eh. Because why is Diego wrong?
Yeah, first of all, bago yung team eh.
Oo.
Kung titignan mo bago yung team na wala yung Colin Sexton, Evan Mobley just in the second year,
Yes.
Donovan Mitchell bagong dating, Jarrett Allen still trying to establish himself as the big guy for the Cavs and again, it's gonna be a new season for them kasi nga again bago eh. So I really don't think na they would really be a title contender just because they have the right pieces.
Yeah.
And I think for me, I think they can finish the third sa East.
They can finish at third on a loaded East.
Right.
Remember, there are Sixers, there are the Nets, there are just so many Celtics, Bucks.
Maraming
Daming
contenders.
contenders.
Oh,
but we'll see.
as I list down the names, sigurado ka ba pwede sila mag-third?
But if you're gonna look at this list,
Yeah.
yung limang teams na to, sino sa tingin mo yung may best chance? Kung hindi sila dark horse because may chance
Yeah,
sila
to go to the
actually
next
win.
level.
Yeah.
I'm going with Brooklyn.
Okay.
Going with Brooklyn.
Of course, Brooklyn, you're also assuming that again, health and all restrictions. So let's see
Issues and
what
all that.
whether or not all that can come through. Pero syempre, we're not done with him yet. But then let's tell everyone where they can catch the NBA.
Yep. Catch the NBA regular season tip-off on October 19 with live games daily on NBA TV Philippines, Mondays and Fridays on One Sports, and Saturdays and Sundays on TV5.
So,
And after the break, we'll talk about some interesting storylines of the second round of the UAAP Season 85. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game.
watching the game. The UAAP is nearing the end of the first round, but there's so much more basketball in store for the fans. Now, still with us, time to talk about what to look out for in the second round of Season 85 is Mr. Hot Takes and UAAP Season 85 analyst, making his debut tomorrow on TV. The one, the only, Jello Vito. Jello, okay, so all the talk points that we have here are from you.
Yep.
All the topics are from you. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're mad at Jello Vito, please feel free to mention it on social media. So, Jello, una-una, you have a take here for NU. According to you, NU will be in the Final Four.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so, wait, una-una, Dip, surprise ka ba?
I mean, how I wish season 80 to 81 nung courtside pa ako for NU. Nangyari na to. Pero I can wait naman siguro this season. And your point on this, Jello, bakit sila magpa-Final Four?
Yeah. So, again, one is intact sila. I mean, one, they have a good point guard in Kian Baclaan. Number two, yung debut ni Steve Nash Enriquez was very, very vital in that game against UP. So, with their record, current record at 3-1, I'm not really surprised na nandun sila sa taas together with Ateneo and UP.
Yeah.
So, for them to make it to the Final Four, they just have to stay consistent, I mean, match the energy of those top teams, and build on that, they will surprise the season.
Well, don't you think that FU and Adamson could also surprise this season?
I mean, again, I'm basing it all on the record, the current records right
Yeah.
now. 0-4, I mean, it speaks for itself, but gaya nga nung pag-usapan natin kanina, na that 0-4 doesn't define really FEU, but again, walang sure win.
Yeah,
Hindi ko
walang sure win talaga. Walang sure win talaga.
Pero alam natin na NU won against UP last time. So,
Yeah. Okay.
May laban.
Yeah, may laban. Alright, so number 2, Dip.
number 2, I will be the one to mention this kasi I'm sure agree dito si Paolo.
Yeah.
Michael Phillips will have a strong second round.
Yeah. Yeah. Hindi, kasi the way I see it right now, the way Michael Phillips play, again, he's still there, but not as impactful as he did last season.
Yes.
Yes, he's still having the same averages as last season, pero nag-fluctuate lang ng konti. But I wanna see come second round yung more intensity from him, more energy. Kasi yun yung nakita natin in their previous game against UE. Their big men, including him, kind of lack that energy, lack that effort. Parang kulang. That's not the Michael Phillips that we are used to seeing. And second round, tingnan nyo, he's gonna be that guy for DLSU.
Well, right now, in fairness to Phillips, he is basically matching his points a total 7.9 last time, 7 now, but then rebounding a bit better, stealing a bit better. The defensive numbers are a bit better. Is it really an energy standpoint for you just to make him better?
Yeah, I really feel that. Kasi for me, he's that defensive anchor for LaSalle. Kumbaga, where Michael Phillips goes in terms of defense, that's where LaSalle goes.
Alright, so this one, well, I'm not too upset about this kasi ang galing talaga ng UE. Like, UE deserves more credit for the work that they're putting up. There's a different UE team. UE will finish 5th this season and fight for a Final Four spot, according to you.
Yeah, and the way they're playing right now, talent-wise, everyone would probably agree with me na hindi ganun ka-deep Hindi ganun ka-deep yung talent ng UE, but the way Coach Jack's system is there, na parang na-match niya yung system and the materials that he has, it's working wonders, beating big teams, getting close to those big teams, and I really think na pag naging consistent sila, nandyan yan, pupunta yan, nandyan yan.
May feeling ako pautiniming to ni Jello kasi nandito yung correspondent ng UE mamaya.
Well, no, but yes, maybe. Pero at the same time rin, grabe yung ginagawa ng UE. Before we move on to the last one, ito si Kyle Paranada. 0 starts, pero 17.5 points per game.
Very, for me, it's a good move na ginagawa ni Coach Jack Santiago and the staff of UE because Kyle Paranada is a point guard, but more of a scoring point guard rather than his brother Nico na would facilitate, would set the tempo, and control the game.
Okay, so this last one here, interesting to. Dip, I want you to read this out and then tell me your thoughts muna before we move on.
Well, we mentioned the FU Tamaraos earlier, and you would think that it's LJ Gonzalez who would lead the way, Cyrus Torres. But nakalagay dito, Patrick Sleet for most improved player. What I think about it, I definitely agree. Malaki yung ginagawang contribution. Like I said, we all expected Torres and Gonzalez to lead the way with the absence of Abarientos. But this guy is leading the way. So, Jello, Patrick's lead for most improved.
You know, again, checking his numbers from the previous season, ang laki talaga nung jump. And nobody, well, he was showing glimpse of what he can do from the past season, pero hindi nga lang siya nabibigyan ng break just because RJ Abarientos is there.
Yeah.
But right now, when all hell breaks loose for him, he's gonna score, he's gonna create, he's gonna take those big shots. And based on his numbers, I think he's 5th in scoring right now. And anytime soon, pag nanalo na yung FEU, he's gonna be that guy.
Season low, 11 points. Season high, 18 points. So yeah, he is scoring double-digit figures all the time. And ito, yung field goal percentage niya from season 84 to 85 is 25% to 51.1%. Pero when you look at all these takes here, yung tanong ko lang dito, ba't walang hot take talaga? I mean, look, NU, feeling ko they were probably the most favored based on yung preseason performance nila going into this one. And of course, UE probably is the biggest surprise. But then, don't you have anything for us in regards to FE, the FEU fans, the Adamson fans, that their games are not, well, they're not reflective of what the standings are right now.
Well, again, looking at everything that is happening, kasi 0-4, talking about FEU, you're already 0-4. Tomorrow you're gonna play against LaSalle. So, confidence-wise, it's kind of hard to climb back there, to be there. I mean, ako, galing ako sa 1-13, so it's really tough talaga if you're
I remember that.
Diba? 1-13, yes, okay, fine.
All right, Jelavita, I'm so sorry I had to bring that up again, pero you said it first. Again, maraming salamat, Jello. Good luck tomorrow in your game, your debut on TV for as a UAP analyst, and we can't wait to hear more from you.
Thank you so much.
All right, so after the break, we'll find out the reason behind Kyle Paranada's career-high performance with the Red Warriors, along with more UAAP courtside stories. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game.
Welcome back. You're still watching The Game. The UAAP has been home to many student athletes who are looking to make a difference through sports. To tell us more about their stories on and off the court, we have with us UAAP Season 85 correspondents Alison Ko and Jana Ejido, reporting for UE and Adamson, respectively. Welcome to the game, ladies.
Hi there.
Hi. And kamustahin natin muna Pao, of course. First season nila as correspondents. How has it been the past 2 weeks in the UAAP? Si Jana muna.
For me, it's so fast. I'm enjoying every bit of it. Not to mention how warm the team is.
Yeah.
I love interacting with them, and I'm already looking at the end of the season, but it just started. But for me, everything's going so fast.
Alison,
So
the
good.
school that you're representing just hurt my school. So,
Yes.
kamusta
Good.
una-una? Kamusta naman yung experience na yon, being around that environment? Kasi syempre, it was a losing streak that was snapped, and I'm sure the emotions were high for them.
You know, I mean, with UE kasi, coming into the season, they don't have big goals.
Yeah.
Like, they're not planning on, like, making it to the Final Four, like, unlike other team, or winning the championship. But, you know, it's not like they don't want to win.
Yeah.
But it's more like they're taking it one game at a time. And I think that mindset is working for them, as we see in their previous games.
Yeah, I
right?
know, unfortunately. Oo, pero-
Unfortunately for Lasal.
Yeah, Dip, take this away nga.
Okay, let's dig deeper muna. Puntahan natin yung mga stories specifically from Jana first. By the way, Jana is a first-year AB communication student from Ateneo. And if familiar si Jana, you've seen her probably because she was part of the Formula 1 Commentator Challenge. Yan. So, she has a lot of experience there. Okay, Jana, take it away for our first courtside story para sa Adamson. Si Jerome Lastimosa.
Jerome Lastimosa, definitely one of the leaders of the team. I asked him, are you feeling any responsibility looking after these rookies? He says yes. And you know his performance against UP, 25 points. But I asked him, what's your biggest mistake in season 84? He said it's his decision-making skills. And we saw how that turned around with the 7-assist performance against UE. But you know, I asked him about how he's living with the team at the dorm, and he tells me he's been picking up some Italian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because his roommates are the Magbuhos brothers
Right.
from Italy. And he's been teaching me these words. He said, ang dami kong natunan, parang ako yung ikatlong Magbuhos brother. So he's been teaching me these Italian words actually from them. So interesting. He has another language in his arsenal.
You know, I actually, normally you learn the bad words first, but I'm going to assume that they've only learned the good ones. All right, so moving on, talking about UE, Kyle Paranada, again, such a great performance from him. In general, scoring very well. He's the guy for UE. What do you have for us?
Well, I think he's been playing well mainly because of his confidence.
Yeah.
You know, this guy is really confident inside and outside the court. You know, before the Wednesday game, Tito Nico Halili asked me, quick question, Alison, describe one word, Kyle Paranada. And you know, the first thing that comes to my mind, and I'm sure also to you guys, is he's confident talaga. I asked him after his career high performance, what makes you confident? Do you have inspirations? Someone who motivates you? You know what his answer is? I'm just confident the way I am. It's the way I am. And you know, it takes confidence to answer that. But again, on a serious note, it's really because he's small. He told me he's small, so I have to be confident. So growing up, you know, he pushed to play confidence, and so far it's working for the UE team.
You know, it's funny because he doesn't have to tell us he's small, but he is a lot bigger than that. Of course, one of my favorite names in the UAP right now is a guy named Ray Allen Torres, of course, from Adamson. And so si Ray Allen, I'm going to lay it all out there. He already is named after that Ray Allen. I'm sure we all know. But what else do you have for us?
I asked him about that actually. The first thing that popped to my head was, were you really named Ray Allen after Ray Allen? He said yes, because his entire family, their initials are letter R.
Okay.
But I asked him also, is your basketball idol though Ray Allen? And he said no, it's actually Jerome Lastimosa. What are the odds of playing with your UAAP idol on the court? So every time I see them together, I think this is such a good feeling for him.
You know, I just want to let all the viewers know right now, our friend Jelovito's watching. When he heard that, he was like, really? Anyway, but yes, no, that is a really interesting, especially considering the fact that, you know, they interact so much with each other. And I'm sure the behind the scenes is one of the reasons why.
I want to ask Alison more about the UE team, of course. We all know si Coach Jack Santiago.
Yeah.
Medyo na-shorten yung season niya last season, 84. But how is he taking season 85 right now for the UE Red Warriors?
Yes, well, as I mentioned earlier, Coach Jack really wanted the boys to not pressure them, not let the season overwhelm them. Because again, coming from a winless season, they have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So Coach Jack wanted to focus, the boys to focus on one game at a time. That's their mentality for the whole season. And Yeah, so far, again, it's working for them.
Yeah, again, we saw that in full effect last time around. But girls, we have just a bit more time here. And of course, when you take a look at the season that we're having right now, this is the first time that we started out the audience now. We started out, the crowds there, the sounds there. You girls are actually being able to come out and cover them on a day-to-day basis already, as compared to before, where they all had to do it via Zoom. Una, did you? I know you didn't have the reference of last season, pero did you see excitement to a higher level from these guys, seeing them in action close up? I'll start with you first.
I mean, well, again, coming from a winless season, the Red Warriors are definitely more hungry this season. And again, well, reporting for them, at first I was skeptical because they're a different school.
Yeah.
And it's gonna being a correspondent, you have to know it by heart, the players, the coaching staff.
Yeah.
And again, we have this opportunity to bring the stories beyond the statistics that people don't get to see as much, and especially with UE, this tend to stick with them that this is the winless team.
Yeah.
But again, with their season now, they're playing more, and I'm just really proud and really honored.
And Jana, you actually have the same situation where you're representing a school that you're not enrolled in. But how has that experience been like?
It's honestly going really well. I love being a classmate. I love being called that. I love meeting other people also from Adamson every time I go there. But I also really love the atmosphere and the environment whenever I'm with the team. The guys are really welcoming, the coaching staff, and I couldn't have done it without them. And now that we have a full audience in the Moa Arena, every time I hear the chant, I also sing along with them. Well, I get distracted, but it's really such a good environment to be in, and what a time for UAAP to be back.
Yes or no? Have you cheered against Ateneo yet?
Not yet. It's my last game.
I have.
And that will do it for us, girls. So
I
maraming
totally
salamat.
understand where you're coming from. Wagayway natin yung bandera ng mga nagre-report for other schools.
All right, ladies. Again, thank you very much for joining us. You can catch these girls over in the UAAP. Don't forget that you can catch all of that where dip.
Right, catch the UAAP Season 85 Men's Basketball Tournament this weekend on One Sports, UAAP Varsity Channels, Signal Play, and Smart Gigaplay. Now for Saturday's doubleheader, the FEU Tamaraos will aim to get their first win as they face the DLSU Green Archers at 2 p.m. And at 4 p.m., the Adamson Falcons and NU Bulldogs will battle it out. On Sunday, the first game will feature the USC Growling Tigers and UE Red Warriors. And later on at 4 p.m., it will be the Battle of Katipunan as the UP Fighting Maroons and the Ateneo Blue Eagles meet for the first round. Both game days happen at the Mall of Asia Arena. And thank you for joining us. I'm Dip Dipianco.
Catch us weeknights here on One News, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. I'm Paulo Del Rosario. This has been The Game.